Hello, Ohana. It's great to see you again. And let's take a look at some more breath practices that can really serve you. Reminding yourself that it's not just about the breath, it's about your whole way of being. And in this one, let's talk about the times when you're angry, frustrated, when there's just such a heat in you, such a drive, almost a twitching that you're like, how do I move this energy? And stepping outside the breath first, for me, one of the biggest things is finding a place that I can fully express. So sometimes it's just getting in the car, yelling, screaming, because it's so insulated that no one else is going to think you're so crazy. And that's part of it too, is like as you're letting this out, hopefully you're not triggering someone else at the same time and having to deal with that. The second thing is finding something to beat, break, destroy. So for me, when I was going through university, the funnest thing was actually taking some really cheap meal hall plates and breaking them. But also when I was less destructive or needing to be that, it's taking like a giant empty plastic pop bottle and then taking a stick and beating it. Because especially if it's filled with a little air, it takes forever to beat the crap out of it. It doesn't actually break. And it's relatively safe. Now, you're going to find your own way. There are rage rooms, all this other fun stuff. But I invite you not to punch through walls. Done that before. I invite you not to break anything that's really valuable to you. Done that before. And now we're going to speak about the breath. So one of the breaths to do is known as the breath of fire. And it's a diaphragmatic breath. It's really using it. It's about pushing it out and then letting it draw in a little bit. And it sounds a little bit like this. And in a little bit, I'm going to do it with you for about 20 to 60 seconds. The invitation is to notice when you want to go really slow and then it's too easy, or when you're trying to beat me or something and go faster and you lose your coordination. And so in this breath, you're taking a deep breath first through your belly. And then what you're doing is every time you're pushing out through your nose with your belly, your diaphragm, you put your hands in your belly to make sure that's where it's pushing. It's not pushing your chest muscles. That may be your natural inclination. And you may want to go slowly at first just to feel that deliberate and let that reset, because initially you may not be used to using your diaphragm like this. And that's the piece for a lot of people, is like it feels really weird and you actually get lost in your head. Where am I pushing out from? Where am I pulling into? The in part is passive. You're not trying to breathe back in afterwards. It's just a pushing, and then naturally it's going to rebound a little bit. And that's why you start with a full breath, because slowly you're going to be deflating. And that's okay. And you usually do this for about 20 to 60 seconds at a time. Then you reset and see, where am I? Do I want to do this again? Did I move enough of this energy or not? And if I didn't, I can do it again. And if I did move quite a bit, now what? What kind of wisdom comes in this place? So I'm going to stand up. I put my hands on my belly as well. And I usually finish by blowing it out. If you're still going, you can keep going. Don't worry about it. You can go longer, you can go shorter. Don't feel like it's good or bad that you've gone longer or shorter. And every time you should feel that contraction of your diaphragm. And notice that this may be a practice you want to keep building into, because you're building the muscles and the twitch muscles of your diaphragm. And notice that every single time we do a breath practice, there's the awareness piece, and there's almost the conditioning of muscles that you're not used to, because that's the part I invite you to see. We can double, triple our breath capacity, and you can't imagine that for the weights that you're stacking and what kind of vitality will it bring. So we'll talk about that more another time. This time, breath of fire. Enjoy it, play with it. Looking forward to hearing more. Ciao for now.